What's going on, friends, family, and cousins? It's your boy AJ Red. I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. And this morning, we're going to discuss some topics that I've seen surfacing on social media, even the news. Some of them funny as fuck, some of them sad as fuck. Well, we're going to discuss them. So y'all ready? Here we go. It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Look, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Y'all ready to get into this next topic? Let's go. Well, what's going on? It's me, your boy, your friend, your cousin, your neighbor, your coworker, if you fuck with me that way. It's your boy, AJ Red, and I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. And we're just going to discuss some topics tonight that I found very interesting and I wanted to bring to the forefront and discuss. But before we get into all that, please go ahead and now hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, because I know y'all like these motherfucking videos. I see y'all on here all the time, but y'all don't hit the fucking like button. Make sure to share these videos with a friend or family member, never children, because I tell y'all sometimes I cuss in these videos. Which brings me to another point. Listen, I give y'all disclosures. I give forewarnings in the beginning of my videos all the time. And if you follow me for any period of time and watch any of my videos, the bottom line is, if sometimes I decide to curse. I'm a cussing motherfucker. That's all it is to it. I'm a very good-hearted person. I feel like I'm good at what I do. I'm getting better over time. And that part of me is not, it doesn't define me. But I motherfucking cuss over here. And I'm going to just kind of say it like my friend T.S. Madison said. Apparently, everybody's having an issue with somebody and what the fuck they say and how they say it. Listen, I sometimes have a vulgar mouth. I sometimes say filthy shit. I cuss plenty. It is what it is. A lot of y'all out there y'all loving it. That's why y'all come back to the channel time and time again. Those are my cousins that actually know me and, know what the vibe is over here in my house. So, but the bottom line is, this is my thing. I had a viewer that came on, no names mentioned, and she mentioned that there's a lot of cussing, in the videos or whatever. And she was gonna go about her way, and she said, have a blessed day and all that stuff and be successful in what you're doing. Now, I in return said, thank you. I appreciate the feedback. Be blessed. Thank you so much. I love you as well. Go ahead, about your way. Somebody else jumped out in the comments, y'all, and lit this lady the fuck up. So I know y'all be out there taking up for me and taking my side. But at the end of the day, I cuss. Fuck that. And if you don't like it, if you don't curse, sometimes it's just funny to hear the shit. Because you're not saying it, so it's funny to hear somebody else saying it. But yeah, that's not gonna stop. So I'm sorry, y'all saying y'all want to see who I am. I want y'all to see the real me and not be sitting there trying to sugarcoat myself or hide behind some fucking mask. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not on my 9 to 5, and sometimes when I'm there, most of the time I have fun with my coworkers. It may not be in the same manner, but they know where I'm going with it. But over here in the kingdom of the Johnson house, I can do those things. Be myself and let my motherfucking wig down. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Fuck it. God bless you. Go about your way. And I love you. Because that part ain't gonna never change. Never. But anyway, so just real quick before I even start with the show, I know I'm going to a lot of shit. Do y'all know it is prom season for the children's? And I'll start off with my story. So I have a 17-year-old nephew who's getting ready to graduate high school, actually on the 26th of this month. And so I supported the whole thing. I'm here for it and all this different shit here, right? So he had a little car accident. He just started driving and all that shit. Had a little car accident. And he was goofy off them drugs when I called him on the phone. Me and his mom was talking to him. And I said, well, listen, nephew, or do you have prom straightened out? Because I already asked about graduation. He took care of that already. Do you have prom straightened out? Do you need anything? Oh, no, I don't need nothing. I ain't even going. Why? I just don't want to go no more. Me being the motherfucker I am now, I'm saying, well, I put my money out there, you know what I'm saying? And you tell me you ain't going, I ain't going to ask you too many more motherfucking times, because to me, the joyous and the biggest part of it is that you're graduating. You're going to walk across that stage with your peers, and you're going to get that diploma, which many males in my family on that side has not done so. So I am ultimately like super proud. And that's the bigger part of it for me, right? But you tell me you don't want to go, so I'm like, well, fuck it. I can take my money and use it on something else. For me, I'm having my coffee, y'all. I got up and did my morning affirmations and stuff. And got myself together and said my morning prayer and all that. And of course, I had to make my motherfucking folders. I'm sitting there talking to y'all now, and I got to go warm this shit up. But I was talking to my nephew, and I was telling him, you know, basically, if you don't want to go to prom, I'm cool with that. That's fine. I'm heating my coffee up, y'all. That's fine if you don't want to go to prom. Okay, cool. So the Saturday before prom, this motherfucker calls me and gonna go, hey, I was just wondering if you had anything you can help me out with on prom. I said, well, what you mean? I thought you weren't going, nephew. He goes, well, I changed my mind. I was like, well, okay, well, that's cool, you know, what do you need help with? This motherfucker goes on to say, that's the microwave, y'all. He goes on to say, he done picked out an outfit. He done found a tuxedo that he put together, right? Because they got this little trend going they seen on TikTok. He found the outfit. The jacket is $198. The pants is $50. He want a pair of $800 Giuseppe's. He needs a Mercedes rented to get to and from the prom. He ain't picked out the motherfucking shirt yet. And then you're going to need spending money for all this other... I'm saying... wait, hold on. First of all, I don't own a pair of Mimi motherfucking Giuseppe's. And if you find a pair in my closet at this present moment, they're probably going to be Giuseppe's. They're going to be some fake motherfucking Giuseppe's. They not real. So I'm not even trying to buy no fake shit. So I don't own a pair of motherfucking Giuseppe's. So why in the fuck would I drop $800 on a pair of Giuseppe's last moment right now? And he was walking around in the motherfucking mall already, y'all. So he was just expecting when he called that I was just going to drop it. Right? And I had to be real with him. I told him, I said, look, you might want to look at a less expensive suit. You might want to take your ass over there to Al's Farmer Wear and find something they got of a reasonable price over there and get back to me on that. Them Giuseppe's, you better look for some Giuseppe's because that's what the fuck you going to be wearing, some knockoffs down there to your prom night. Because hey, it is the first of the month. I had to cash my check and go straight over yonder way to the landlord and drop the Skrilla. And that's just to sleep, you know what I'm saying? At least my fucking shit covered over here. At least I got somewhere to stay and sleep and do my videos and shit. What the fuck you mean? I ain't got that kind of Skrilla right now. And if I do, I can't just jump up off nearly $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Or nearly $1,500 that quick for prom. Now, following that, I'm trying to find out what the fuck's going on. I'm hearing about this trend that's on TikTok where the kids are renting hotels and renting Maseratis and Corvettes and shit like that to ride the prom, right? Bitch, you better get your kid, go over there and let them borrow that Buick you got parked out there in their driveway and go drop their ass off, as a matter of fact, and pick their motherfucking ass up. That way you know they safe. What the fuck you getting them a hotel room for? I went through the TikToks and looked at it all. And I called my niece and my nephew, and they was putting me up on game like a motherfucker. I forgot what it's called. But it's one of them their trends or challenges or some shit. I don't know. But the bottom line is, I'm not finna set your ass up to go out there on prom night and make me a grandpappy. Bitch, you got to go to college. Or do something with your life. And half of them out there renting Maseratis and can't even fucking spell Maserati. That's the child and the parent. How fucked up is that? You don't even know what a Maserati is, but you out here looking for one trying to spend up your church's motherfucking paycheck, your Popeye's check, you know. Now, if you got the spirit to do so and your child deserve it, I mean, by all means. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there, I see motherfuckers every day posting shit about the light bill, the car note, the rent and all this shit. Very well, it's true. I listen, go back and watch my video about bills. Go check it out. The one that say, I'm tired of being an adult. I don't want to be an adult no more. Some shit like that I named it. Go check it out. But anyway, it's just like we doing too much. Like the kid ain't even went to college yet. And if you're looking at some of these other children, that gorgeous couple that went to prom last month, I forget what state it in, a young man and a young lady was actually killed by a drunk driver. No fault at all of their own. And I'm not saying you can protect your children all their life long, but with the trend come, something else comes with it sometimes. And so with that being said, there's nothing wrong with being safe. I even go as far as the rent y'all limo service. A matter of fact, get their ass a driver. Get a reputable company and rent get a driver. And if you want to rent that, it's something like that. But try to be more cost effective. Y'all parents be out here on this bullshit about some keeping the kids up with the trend. Y'all making y'all kids very motherfucking superficial. And it's sad. It's very sad that you would raise a kid, you know, thinking that based off of labels and keeping up with the trend all the time is what their worth is. And some point when they can't meet that measure, they're going to begin to decline mentally, emotionally, and all this other shit because they can't keep up with other peers that they were once circulating with, you know, at a point in time that are able to still do these things. Or going to school, making them think that, you know, Coach and Louis Vuitton and all this shit is what's up. And you over there on fucking Section 8. I'm going to sip my coffee on that one. Check out the mug, y'all. Thug life. But yes, it's fucking crazy. Like, y'all let these kids influence y'all and raise y'all and tell y'all what the fuck they ought to be doing and what the fuck they need and this and that and the third. Now, me personally, I'll tell mine, listen, there's goals to be met in life. As if you want to work and all this other shit and buy Jordans your whole school career or whatever, in high school or whatever, that's cool because these bills are for the parents. My kid is not paying a bill in my house. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, maybe if they want a cell phone bill and they want all this extra shit to show them responsibility, yes, I'm here for it. But as far as them paying a light bill or a water bill or pitching in on the rent, if you 18 and over and I got to ask you to pitch in on the rent, I'll give your ass to 21. And you better have figured it out by 21 or you're going to help. Now you're going to help pay these bills because your motherfucking ass is an adult now. And shit don't come for free. Especially not them lights, because when I cut this motherfucking video, I got to go over there and pay flagship power for they lay around and shut these motherfuckers down while we over here talking. I don't play no games. I got to pay my shit. But it's sad that we actually raising kids in a fucked up environment that we already have going on, and make them think that it is okay to be asking for all this shit that they ain't worked a dime for. Now, I take you down there to the outlet and get you some shit, make you look real motherfucking sharp. You gonna look real sharp, but them Giuseppe's, hey, listen. Love your nephew, but I just can't afford it right now. It's the first of the month. I'll be straight up motherfucking be real with you. That's why I got to get up and go down to the 9 to 5. Think about going up there on a Saturday morning right now to put in a couple of extra motherfucking hours. Fuck you mean? And I make a decent amount of money. I ain't no broke bitch. But the bottom line is, I've learned better with managing money. And just getting off that kind of scratch, I'm a kind of bitch, I say it's for a rainy day. And my old pastor used to say it's raining right now. And he ain't never motherfucking lying. So if you finna come over here, I'm already holding an umbrella over my head. You bringing more stormy clouds, talking about shit. $800 for some shoes? Baby, we'll have to discuss that one in the morning meeting. And listen, if he wanted all that, I told him, I said, we should have been discussing that back in November, December, or even January. You know, I could have made preparation to get you all that shit. Because he's well deserving of it. Don't get me wrong, he's well deserving of it. Several offers and exceptions to acceptance letters to several colleges. So I'm very proud of him. He deserves honestly what he's asking for. And I would have, out of being uncle, I would have kind of been reasonable with splurging on it. But you gonna call me the day of when you walking around in the mall like I'm fucking Jay-Z, Weezy, Lil Boosie, Ed Sheeran, I don't know, I can name anybody. Fuck, I ain't even Tiffany Haddish. Fuck, I ain't got that kind of scratch just lying around for some Giuseppe's. Well, Giuseppe's we probably can get. Giuseppe's, it's a no-no for the go-go. But anyway, that was just me spitting that rant about that bullshit there. But y'all drop down in the comments to let me know if y'all spend that kind of skrill on y'all kids for the graduation. I mean, for the prom or whatever. If y'all don't mind spending that kind of money, if y'all willing to do it or not, if y'all or if y'all think it's a complete motherfucking outrage. Anyway, getting over into the show. So on Wednesday, May 5th, there was reports and pictures and videos circulating on the social media about a gentleman on the subway in New York City. There was a African-American male, and there was a Caucasian male and like 3 other men. And so basically the African-American male, he was basically known to be on the subway. He was homeless. And, you know, sometimes from time to time have these rants about being hungry and not having enough. And that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers not having enough. Y'all here renting fucking Maseratis. But don't get me wrong. You worked for it. But that's cool. But point is, be in this story, the point is, be thankful for what you got. But anyway, the gentleman was on a rant on the subway. And he was going off about not having enough money for food or not having enough food and how he was, you know, homeless and shit like this. So I think it's a 23, 24-year-old ex-Marine took it upon himself to put the man in a chokehold. And he kept him in a chokehold for 15 fucking minutes. And there were the other 3 men I was speaking of a moment ago were actually holding the victim's arms down while the other guy had him in a chokehold. Now, if you watch the video, it is a horrible video to watch, much like George Floyd's video when he was when the knee on the neck. This man choked this man for 15 fucking minutes. Even pretty much, if you watch the video, and if you're not that kind of person that can handle that, I suggest you don't. But the video is it's gruesome. It's very distasteful. It's so fucking morbid. And then you choke this man 15 minutes just because he was acting out. He didn't touch anybody. He didn't even spit on anybody. He didn't grab anybody's bag. He wasn't trying to rob anybody. He wasn't trying to kill anybody or, you know, sexually abuse anybody. He was not committing a crime. He was just pretty much being very vocal about his problems to everybody on the train that day. And my thing is, if you the kind of motherfucker that can't take somebody going off, because you know this kind of thing, as far as I know, happens all the time on the subways over there in New York City. So you know you the kind of motherfucker can't deal with that kind of shit. Why the fuck you take public transportation with the possibility of running into one of those people, right? Me personally, I work my balls off to keep my motherfucking car because I hate public transportation. Because I got to go by their watch. So if I want to lay down an extra 10 motherfucking minutes, that ain't going to be possible. Because if I do, I can miss that motherfucking bus or probably that motherfucking train. And then end up calling an Uber or a Lyft or some shit like that. So those type of things. And I don't like fucking around with Uber and Lyft like that unless I'm out of town or you know, on vacation or something. Because they be some weird shit connected to that also. But anyway, you shouldn't take public transportation. If you got some kind of PTSD or you got a problem with people or some shit like that, you shouldn't be taking public transportation. 1. 2, I feel as though the man that did the choking and the 3 gentlemen that held the victim's hands down while the choking went on, should all be charged with, the man that did the choking should be charged with murder. Murder, period. That end the story, hands down, no question about it. Murder and sentenced to life in prison. The gentleman that held down his arms should be charged with an accessory to murder. And sentenced somewhere around about, you know, 10 to 15 years. Something like that, maybe 20 and serve about 15 or something like that. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is he murdered that man in front of all those people. And I couldn't even see how the fuck y'all couldn't do anything about it. Because my thing is, me personally, yeah, you're an ex-Marine, but I couldn't sit there and just watch you choke this man to death. So my whole thing is, I personally, I'm carrying something. So bitch, when I stick you in your face, that's gonna blind you and make you take your hands from around his neck, or at least open your thumb or something, because the power of the hands is in the thumb. If you get that thumb open and released that thumb, all the other motherfuckers got the lock. They got the unlock. That's one thing my aunt taught me. And I found it to be true in a couple of situations. Motherfucker got their hand a certain way and you can't get it, or got their hand go for that thumb and pull that motherfucker everything you got, and be prepared to follow up with something else in defense. But that would have at least released the chokehold, I think. But everybody stood around and watched that murder. That's why I'm sitting in there saying, like, all of them should be charged in this crime. I don't understand what actually provoked him to do this, other than me thinking PTSD or white privilege. You are not some type of hero. You are not saved. You have not saved the people. The shit that you was doing over there on the subway, if you wanted to continue doing that kind of shit, you should have stayed there in the Marines. Because if you're an ex-Marine, my question is, why are you an ex-Marine? Was there an honorable or dishonorable discharge? Was there an honorable discharge? On dishonorable discharge. We need to look into the record of this man and see what the fuck's going on and see what it is that has provoked this. But although whatever provoked it, he still should be charged with murder and sentenced to life in prison. People were also circulating on social media. The man was, if I got it right, he was a Michael Jackson impersonator. And with all due respect, which is going to lead us into our next topic. Even if he was just doing impersonating, maybe there was a passion of his, maybe there was something he really lived for, maybe that was all he knew. Maybe that's what he did once upon a time that really paid the bills for real. And somewhere along the way, he had a fall from grace. And that fall took him so low as to performing on the subway. And when he couldn't get, meals and shit like that, it would cause an outrage. And maybe he had a mental disability. We don't know. But the man did not put hands on any motherfucking body as far as we know from the reports in the video. But for some reason, this man felt the need to act in the way that he did. I feel like even if it's white privilege, this is going to teach a lesson to the motherfuckers. Listen, you are not an officer. Not even an officer has the right to do this. People out there protesting officers now for doing shit like this, about the knee on the neck and choke holding people and slamming their ass down and whooping people's ass with billy clubs and shit. And shooting people. Mainly people of color. And you're going to bring out other shit. And that's why I don't like being around people because the unknowing, like public transportation, you don't know what their actions are. You don't know these people from a fucking can of paint. But I don't even say sending a message, but sending a message to him that what he did was not fucking okay. And I think he needs to get the business down into the courthouse. Period. In the story. Next topic. Ebony K. Williams interview with Iyanla Vanzant. Shout out to Iyanla Vanzant. I sure missed your show on television. I'm glad you resurfaced doing some more of your work because the people needs to hear this now because they done lost their mammy motherfucking minds. So the interview basically was centered around somewhere along the way now, Ebony Williams said in an interview on The Breakfast Club that the video was longer than that. The video topic was not about that. Was not about would you date a bus driver, but it led up to Iyanla Vanzant asking Ebony if she would date a bus driver. And her rebuttal was if he owned the company. Now, Iyanla told her, said, it's not about if he's a bus driver. If he's a bus driver, he loves me. He treats me well. He treats his mother well. He's a good man. He's a good provider. And that's his passion is driving buses. What is wrong with that? And Ebony K basically was like, fuck that. I'm not dating no bus driver, bitch. If he owned the bus company, possibilities. But there ain't no motherfucking way I'm finna sit up here and date no motherfucking bus driver driving for the city of Houston or the city of Tampa, the city of Baton Rouge, Big Raggedy, the city of motherfucking, none of that. Dallas, none of that. Yeah. So, but when she caught so much backlash, she began to retaliate from all the people that were coming at her. How dare you, talk about people that are in the bus driving community, people that work in jobs that are made of necessity and all this different stuff, people that are in lower tax brackets than you. This Colombian coffee be good, y'all. So She got on there and she fired back. She said, I seen over 50,000 responses. Yada, 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 yada. Talking about me saying that I'm saying black men ain't shit, or black men are depleted, or black men that run out for us, yada, yada, yada. She said, I'm just telling y'all what the statistics say. The statistics basically says there ain't enough good black men, educated black men to her standard that she would fuck with, and that she would even marry or entertain, you know, as per the percentage, right? And so with those, they've been weeded out so much, and then so they brought up the fact that she also was at once upon a time engaged to a white man. A white man, a Caucasian man, a gentleman, right? And she just kept basically using this time on her own platform to defend herself. So now when she got down to the Breakfast Club, I think it was DJ Envy or somebody, I want to say, if I'm wrong, y'all drop down in the comments and correct me. But if y'all watched the interview on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and them, y'all know what I'm talking about. They was laying into her ass. They was not playing. Charlamagne was the only one giving her a little bit of grace and giving her a moment to actually speak, because they were tearing it to her ass so motherfucking bad that she didn't get a moment too much to get a rebuttal. They gave her a long beep, and the bitch was flatlining the whole motherfucking time, right? Because everything she was talking about was still centered around the topic. Now, she said, let's get away from, at some point in the conversation, she said, let's get away from who Ebony's dating, who Ebony fucks with, you know, all that shit there, what Ebony likes. Let's get away from that. It's basically saying that there's not enough men, again, in the tax bracket high enough for her to fuck with. She shied away from and deflected off of when DJ Envy asked her, what about you being engaged to a white man? She kept using these, you know, euphemisms and all this other shit, and kept going on and on and on and on. And she went back to the interview of her and Iyanla Vanzant, and she was saying basically, the women of today are looking for something more different. The women of today are looking for something more modern versus the women in the time of Iyanla Vanzant. She was like, let's just face it, Iyanla Vanzant is a seasoned woman, right? She was finna say old, but I think Charlamagne chimed in and said, let's just call her seasoned. And so along with that went, she says, the bottom line of it is, women of that time look for something different. Women of our caliber, you know, in this day and age, look for a man that's able to provide equally yoked or more. A man that can be still good in bed and still be emotional and vulnerable and still be masculine and all this different stuff, basically. But still at the same time, not make her have to work too hard to want it. And let me tell you something. I kind of understand that. The thing about it is, like Funky Diney would say, people sit there and bullshit and play and act like relationships are so hard. Relationships are not hard. If you actually are with the right person, and you know it's for real, the bottom line is, it ain't that easy to say, I love you, or I really want to be with you, or I want to marry you, or we got a good vibe, we got good chemistry, shit like that, and actually mean what you say and actually putting action into that. It ain't that hard. She's sitting around making it seem like everything is based up off of finances. Now, she backpedals in all of her statements and say, I'm not making it about finances, it's not about that. But still, you're saying what the women of today are looking for is a motherfucking nigga that can take care of them. And when I say nigga, I'm saying any motherfucking man looking for a motherfucking nigga to take care of them, right? Pay all the bills, make sure she ain't got to do shit, but maybe sit at home, watch Young and the Restless, you know, look at the television and all that different shit. But again, that comes with the caveat. The caveat to that is, if you find that man that makes it so you can actually sit on your ass every day and not have to go out there and hit a lick at a motherfucking snake, as my grandmother would say, to make a dime to bring into the household, what are you willing to do in turn for him? Because it can't be just sex. Are you able to cook a good meal? Are you willing to cook a good meal? Are you willing to learn how to cook a good meal? Because the thing about it is, people nowadays want something for nothing. Motherfuckers want land, they want everything for free. They want to come by and milk that cow and then go about their business and all this other extra shit. The bottom line is, no, that comes with a give and take. That's what a relationship is. So even if you do find that man to say, you ain't got to do shit, you know, you can sit at home. So now, shit, now your mind is occupied and running around. So now you going doing shit you probably ain't got no business. You know, it just leads for more issues. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you shouldn't work at all, but if you're going to do something and be at home, work on your passion. and let that man help you feed into your dreams as you're feeding into his. You got to be willing to give and take. Michelle Obama told us that. But just like with the Bible, motherfuckers be willing to take pieces and pick and use what they want to benefit them and take the rest of them and throw it away. It don't work like that. It's all or nothing. But they were just laying into her ass. DJ Envy was not letting her get by with shit. And rightfully so. I feel like at some point in time, I started to agree with her and understand where she was coming from. But it was the backpedaling that fucked me up and was like, you know what, bitch? You need another PR. You need to let somebody else do the speaking for you most of the time, because you're a very educated sister. You're very well spoken, but there's still something in here that ain't really quite clicked yet. It's almost that final thing that needs to really click in your mind to make that make sense. But anyway, I don't really know who the fuck she is other than a book writer. I don't have really no interest in reading one of her books because of her mindset already on the interview, doing the interview with Ian Levanzan, doing the rant on her own panel, her own platform, and even more so solidifying the interview with the Breakfast Club. So, yeah, I can go buy a book and read it if y'all want to. I support her on another way. I just ain't gonna buy the book. All right, so moving on to the Brat and her wife, Judy. So they've been speaking out about the fact that with this impending child that they're getting ready to birth, this beautiful baby they're getting ready to have, we all know they did a surrogate, and the Brat is carrying the baby. Now, the Brat is a woman of a particular age, I would think they would say, or at least she's right there on the edge of it. She's 49 years old, and she's carrying the child. Now, she spoke a very, she got sentimental when she spoke about it on the Ricky Smiley show, when she said that her wife nearly died, extracting eggs from her body to implant into the Brat's body, from Judy's body to the Brat's body, to therefore let the Brat be the oven that, carries out the pregnancy, of course. And she began to speak about how the wife was losing blood and different stuff like this, and how she was, very ill in the hospital and wouldn't tell the children what was going on. She just called all of her children and told them that she loved them. So she got very emotional about that, which I very much so understand. That part I truly, truly understand. When you think you're about to lose your best friend, your partner, whom you're married to ultimately death, that can be very fucking scary. So I did understand that. But ultimately, the conversation was about the donor that they chose. So they chose a Caucasian donor to be the father of their child, right? I'm about to give me a refill on my coffee, but I'm gonna keep talking. So they chose a Caucasian donor to be the father of their child. And people were going fucking batshit crazy, right? They were acting a motherfucking fool on social media. Like, how dare y'all, talk about black power and all this different shit here, and y'all go and choose a white man to father your child to carry on your legacy. Because if you know now, I'm pretty sure between Judy and the Brat, they got a lot of motherfucking bread up over there in the household, right? So I'm pretty sure this child, we all know, gonna be very well taken care of. And so people were just lit up about it. But Brat had to break down again and tell them in her confessions that the reason they did this was because they had screened a lot of black men, and there's not a lot of black men in the pool that are donating sperm to the sperm banks. And I'm actually happy about that part, because that means we ain't doing silly shit like going out there and spreading kids. I mean, shit. At least we doing it in the community and know where the kids are for the most part, know where the mommy is maybe. I ain't gonna say we, because my dumb ass ain't doing none of that shit. But it still would have been nice to have a black father. She said that's what they really wanted, but statistics and testing did not lead them to a black father. As she said, basically a lot of the black men they had screened had health issues or some shit like that. But I'm sitting there saying, if that was the case, why would they even allow them to donate? But looking at their family history of majority of the black men, they spent plenty of money trying to find out what the background of these men was as far as the health concerns. And so they said basically narrowing everything down to it the white man was the healthiest thing they found because they wanted a healthy, happy, healthy baby. They said it was going to be hard enough explaining to the baby, you got two mommies and all this shit. Now, people wasn't just going off about that, about them choosing the white daddy. People were saying, oh, well, see, this just proves right here how this is an abomination and how y'all going to hell for same-sex marriage and all this different shit here. Let me tell y'all something. To y'all that feel that way, fuck y'all. Because you know something, I'm really about to go in on this part. Fuck y'all. Y'all have a really disdain motherfucking idea or distorted idea of what the fuck life is supposed to look like for somebody else. The bottom line, if you choose to live by the Bible, that is you. That's your choice. But don't nobody need your negative ass comments. People have enough problems already trying to live their motherfucking life and be themselves without a negative bitch like one of y'all jumping in the motherfucking comments saying some stupid ass shit like that. And you probably the same motherfucker that's fathering several motherfucking kids outside your motherfucking marriage, and your wife or your husband probably don't even fucking know about it. You're probably fucking one of the deacons or deaconess in the church, if not Sister Samantha over there in the motherfucking choir. Or Sister Bernice. But y'all always quick to jump to judgment and try to judge some motherfucking body on what the fuck they got going on in their own motherfucking household. The woman sitting on there being vulnerable, being herself. And that's why I tell y'all, people get up on them things and talk about all their business and give out shit to reality shows and all this shit. And then as soon as motherfuckers attack you, now you got to defend yourself. Or send one of us motherfuckers down there to the bureau or to the motherfucking thing to defend you anyway. Sometimes some things, people ain't got to know your fucking business, what donor you are chosen, all that shit, but y'all want to put all that shit on television. That's why y'all getting that kind of motherfucking backlash. That part, anybody had to have no knowledge of unless y'all just wanted the publicity. I mean, because y'all was getting enough. With Brat just carrying the baby alone, or Brat being pregnant alone, there was enough fucking publicity. Y'all could have put that on the show. Y'all got left it at that. Y'all did not have to go as far as telling them people all y'all fucking business as to who and what y'all chose. Y'all could have chose a fucking monkey. Y'all got out here and told us all that shit too. Y'all should have kept that to yourself. And it wouldn't have really been no issue. I'm not saying that it's okay for them to come after y'all like that for that reason, but sometimes when you open yourself to that kind of ridiculement, that's what the fuck you have to expect sometimes. But honestly, I still stand 10 toes down in what I said. Fuck y'all. If y'all don't like what they doing, then you shouldn't watch the interview. You shouldn't watch the show. You shouldn't be following her. You shouldn't know anything about it. You should mind your motherfucking business, bitch. Period. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, and drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all thought about these here episodes. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm just waking up and shit and getting myself together because I'm still half sleeping trying to think about going down to this job and making these couple of extra hours. Moving right along. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has been hospitalized, look like now, for maybe a month. Jamie Foxx, as you all know, is the host of Shazam. He's a singer. He's an actor. All these, good things. Cool dude. He has some issues and some shit going on at some point in time. We'll hear some things. But anyway, he's been in the hospital for nearly a month. And they're saying he's doing better. Then he's getting worse. Then he's doing better. Then he's out. I wish somebody would get on the motherfucking thing and tell us what the fuck's going on with Jamie Foxx. Now listen, I love me some Jamie Foxx because I love when he decided to do music. I love when he decided to do music when he sings because he's a damn good singer. But the daughter or somebody need to get the fuck up on there and tell us what the fuck is going on. Don't be sending us all these fucking messages talking about, oh, Jamie Foxx is in the hospital, oh, he doing well, he ain't doing that good. I know some motherfucking body over there with the PR department knows something more, but he's in the hospital, he's just doing well and all this other shit. We ain't saying get down to the nitty gritty and get down to all the business. But look, I'm like some more. If y'all gonna keep telling us to fucking pray, we gonna need to know what the fuck to be praying for. Don't get me wrong, I'm praying for the brother anyway, but the bottom line is, tell us more. We tired of sitting around chitter-chattering about this and that. I damn near forgot he was in the hospital because all I keep hearing is he doing well. I'm like, damn, he ain't at the hospital yet? What's going on? Somebody need to get on the mic and tell us what the fuck the deal is. Because we tired of trying to figure the fuck out. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. I hope all is well. I'm praying your speedy recovery because they saying basically whatever it is going on, he done asked Kevin Hart to host Shazam for a minute. So I don't know what the fuck it is he got going on. Because reports at once upon a time said he had something going with cardiac arrest. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing yet to solidify this, so I can't tell y'all no details about that for sure. And if y'all know something about it, damn it, drop down in the comments and let me know. And also, I'm dropping my emails in here. If y'all want to email me topics y'all want me to touch on and shit like that or fuck with, email them to me, or also drop down in the chats. Now the chat be going so much sometimes I be missing stuff and I can't catch it all, and I'm spending days going back looking over all y'all stuff trying to respond to them. But I think it'd probably be better if y'all email me. If there's any topic that you guys want me to discuss, I'm going to drop my email pretty much from here on out in the video, and a few of my handles for TikTok and Instagram. So you guys can follow me also on those channels, on those platforms. But yes, so yeah, send me different topics that y'all want me to cover, whatever, hear me talk about. But anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to see when Kevin Hart is going to start hosting or whatever, how it's going to all go down. So I guess I might keep y'all up on that. I don't know. I'm not sure because they won't tell us shit. So they're keeping everything on lock. So moving on to female rapper Young Miami. She did an interview with Jason Lee. I only seen a few parts of it. And she told us that she likes to munch on the ladies' carpet. She likes to eat on the women's and whatnot and bump cooters and stuff. She says she likes the women. She says she never wants to be in a relationship with one. She doesn't want to get married to one. But she wants to sizzle. She wants to shaboing yoing or whatever you want to call it. Fuck, she want to play with their literates. But she said one woman in particular she really wants to dive in her lady pool is Megan the Stallion. So baby Megan the Stallion must be got some powerful knees because she got the bitches online chasing after her. She also mentioned she liked golden showers. Now listen, my suggestion is maybe she ought to go over there with NLE Chopper or go see what R. Kelly was doing, because I don't know what it is now with people online and social media. Social media is fucking up our society. People are all out here talking about their sexual proclivities. They're looking at other shit. Oh, that should be fun. Like, bitch, really? Really? Why we got to know everything you're doing in your bedroom? Why we got to, it's like keep something to yourself, and as a lady, we ain't got to even know. Let that be a secret. Let that be a little mystery to your history. You like people to piss on you? I mean, I'm not hating. I'm not knocking it, you know. No, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Fuck no. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not finna let you piss on me. I'm not finna let you R. Kelly me. We not doing that. We can talk about a whole lot of things, but that one there, that's just out for me. Jason Lee even asked her at some point, you know, are you willing to, you know, have a kid for P. Diddy, or do you? She was like, how did you know that? Who told you? So basically, she was insinuating that she either had a kid for P. Diddy, or she's definitely trying or working on, or she don't mind having a baby for Puff Daddy. And baby, look, I'm trying to figure out how Puff Daddy is. I guess maybe allegedly, maybe he's bisexual. I don't know. I don't know him like that. I'm just looking at the track record, the history, and the shit that I see out here on the social media. That's all I'm saying. But, so yeah, I just don't, I don't understand why everybody got to put their sexual proclivities out there nowadays. My whole thing is, bitch, in order for you to even know how freaky I am, we got to be around a minute, because I'm not finna just, no. Nope. That's why motherfuckers sitting around here getting beat up and shot and stalked and shit now, because when you know you got some good, you can't be doing all that extra ass shit. Sit the fuck down somewhere. Anyway, so it's not even on my list, y'all, but it has been bothering me for a minute. Let me tell y'all something. And y'all need to watch these motherfucking videos to the motherfucking end, because I keep telling y'all there's extra things that you all are missing. So it's not even on my list, but I had watched the Tasha K video. I ain't gonna tell you I'm the biggest fan, but she did an interview with Marjorie Harvey's ex-husband, Mr. Townsend, right? And so it's like a 2, 3, 4, 5 something part fucking interview somewhere over there. I think they're in Memphis. And it intrigued me to hear some of the things that he was saying about Steve and Marjorie. And let me tell you something. For the longest of time, I can say I looked up to Steve Harvey, and I used to tell people like, you know, if I had a dad like him, or if he was my dad, yada, 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 because he put all this stuff out there like he's this great man, this great father, and all this other extra shit. And in the meanwhile, you sitting there, in my mind, you fucked up. Steve Harvey, that's some fucked up shit. That you over there talking to your stepson, Jason, like that, and then you sitting there talking. The man said, he told Jason something about where your punk ass daddy at, or some shit like that. But it's a lot more to it. Basically, I want to say I was going to do a whole segment and cover it in a separate video. But the part of the interview I saw with Tasha K and him and Mr. Townsend was basically saying, he talked about his life. He talked about how he had a hard life growing up, about how his father was abusive to he and his mother and his little brother, and how his father kidnapped them from, I think, Memphis, and brought them back to Chicago after the mother had run away from the father, had a Tina Turner moment, and ran away in the middle of the night, and was sort of successful with it, but she left her children with her grandmother. And the father went and kidnapped them from the great-grandmother while the mother was in Chicago trying to make a living set up a new life for herself and the children. He said he didn't see his mom from the age, I think, of 6 to 11, because his father kidnapped them and used them as leverage, you know, against their mother, which ultimately made her come back to him, and he impregnated her 5 more times and then dipped on her. He also spoke about being the age of 19 to 20 years old, when he first started in the game, you know, with, you know, cocaine. And he said it was mostly, you know, white people doing cocaine and stuff back then. He said, so he pioneered basically heroin. And he was selling this shit and cooking it up and making it and things like that. And he had to connect and was moving some heavy weight, you know what I'm saying, like real heavy weight, to the point that he was given actually supposed to have been a life sentence without the possibility of parole, but he actually he got clemency from President Obama a few years back. So he's been out now 6 years. He's been free of prison. And he was locked up due to one of his right-hand men rolling over on him in court and giving him up. And the right-hand man did like 5 years on a 7-year sentence, while he was supposed to be given, you know, the life without the possibility of parole. But he got out because of President Obama. And he said that he and Marjorie had, you know, been best of friends for 20 years, although they weren't married, doing anything sexual, even kissing or anything like that, but taking care of the kids, handling business. Now, he even said, too, somewhere in there, that he told Marjorie when he met her that he didn't want any more kids. It was a whole lot more shit to it than that. Y'all go over there and watch Tasha K's video, because I may have to come back and do an entire video on this situation, because in the end, I'm looking at Steve Harvey's side eye like a motherfucker. I don't even fuck with him no more. Because it wasn't until one of his ex-wives came out, I think her name is Mary something, I think it is. Mary, Esther, Bernice, Mabel, something, I don't fucking know. I think it was Mary. When she came out and started saying how ruthless and how fuckery of a man he was in the marriage, and even especially then after. And so Marjorie broke up his marriage. Marjorie broke up his marriage. Marjorie broke up the marriage between Mr. Townsend and his former wife at the time. So yeah, Steve, I think I'm gonna do a separate video on that, y'all, because we got to talk about this shit in a minute. I'm gonna get down in the thing and let y'all know what really went on, because I want to give y'all all of the details. But anyway, yeah, Y'all let me know if there's anything that y'all want me to cover, any topics. I don't care if y'all send them bitches 20 emails, 40 emails, 100 emails a day. Send those emails, send those motherfucking chats. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Let me know what y'all thought about the topics in this episode. Hit that thumbs up button. That's the like button, right? Make sure to turn on your notifications because I'm trying to actually plan a live show once a week. And I want you guys to be on the live. I don't want you guys to miss it. So make sure your notifications are all turned on. Okay? And share these videos with someone. Share them with, an adult, a friend. And like I said, I'm gonna drop my handles and everything down in the description link and in the video. So you guys will have those, and for y'all can follow me on those platforms as well. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I got to get my ass together. I got my godchild. I got to go pick up and keep him for the weekend. So duty calls. Share with someone you know. Share with someone you don't know. Share with somebody you like. Share with a motherfucker you don't give no shit about, and they don't give no shit about you. Because I might be the one to bring y'all together. Anyway, take care of yourself, love yourself real good, and love those who choose to love you the same in return, because ain't nobody got time for no motherfucking lane yap. Right? And y'all don't talk about my hair. I got to go down to the beauty parlor. I got to get down to the beauty parlor, as my grandma saying, get a touch up. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. I love you guys. Take care to the next video real soon. Oh, and real quick, don't forget Sunday night, May 7th, season 15 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta airs at 7 p.m. on Bravo. And the AJ Red Show will follow at 9 p.m. So make sure you got your coffee, your wine. Well, not your coffee. It's going to be too late at night, hopefully. Make sure you got your wine, your Hennessy, your drink, your blunt, and all that shit. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to have a decent amount to talk about. But it's going to be the first episode. So they might keep it light and airish. And they might get straight into the mess. Who knows with these ladies. But y'all be ready and prepared. Set your notifications. All right. Bye.